Guys, gals, and in between pals, welcome back to the Left for Dead podcast, a radical left-wing show that your crazy conservative uncle warned you about. As always, my name is Dane. I am one of your co-hosts, and I am joined respectively by the Chaos Queen herself, Emma Embers.
Straight from the Goblin Cave today.
And our woke uncle, Wunkle, James Harris.
The name is subject to change. More on that soon.
Podcast name potentially. Yeah. And we have a very, very special guest on the show today, everybody. Katrina deVille, who is running for District 8 seat in Wisconsin, running against Epstein-endorsed Tony Weed, as we've called him many times on the show. Katrina, it is great to have you on. We are excited to have a convo with you. You're so far the only person in the campaign that has been on the show for District 8. So
I really appreciate y'all having me.
Interested, so
yes,
I really appreciate y'all having me here for sure. It when I got the message from Emma, I was super excited to hear about it, and I know all my team is like, go, yeah. Yeah, it's my first podcast. I will be honest, so I'm happy to be here, and breaking the bottle of champagne over the nose of the bar with y'all. So
it's great to have you.
Yes. So Katrina, one thing we like to kind of start off whenever we have a new guest on the show is kind of learning a little bit more about them. We like to say like what radicalized you, but being radical these days is just giving a fuck about people.
For real.
So yeah, kind of just tell us.
Sorry, little thing. It's like what we said with the mods episode where we were like, we literally titled it, "We're not radical, we just care."
Right.
Human rights shouldn't be political, but here we are.
Yeah,
exactly. And so why don't you, take a couple minutes, kind of describe yourself, your campaign, why you're running, your kind of story, that type of thing.
I can totally do that. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just make sure you put the brakes on me because I'll go for hours if you want.
Hey,
honestly, same.
Yes.
So, well, I've obviously I'm a open public-facing trans woman, and I make no secret about that. I've been a musician for over 35 years, and I transitioned in the public eye. It's been a year and 4 months now, so according to my therapist, I have about the fastest trajectory she's ever seen in her life.
Wow.
Because nobody really goes from transitioning to, I think I was transitioning for about 6 months before I came out publicly on social media, and 60 days later after that, I headlined a music festival in Madison to a crowd of 2,000 people. So,
oh wow!
What's your band? What kind of music? What kind of music do you play?
My band is Katrina deVille and the Nobody Famous. It's a 10-person band.
Wow!
And it's horn section, so it's got that old 60s kind of Motown feel to it. If you like Amy Winehouse, you definitely like us.
So kind of jazz influenced.
Kind of, yeah. With a bunch of modern, attitude thrown in there, and
hell yeah,
it's yeah. I'm used to doing a lot of that whole platform myself. So, as far as like social media platforms and audio, I mean, like all the recording sessions, I set all those up. I wrote all the original tunes. I did all the horn arrangements. I booked all the gigs. I did all the accounting. I did all the, I mean, like the album design. Yeah, that was me. Booking the studio, doing, it's like, yeah, it's like, and the like website. Yep, me. I've taken all I've learned from there to here, and like, okay, so I've had politics in the back of my mind for about the last 15 years or so, but I've loved music so much, and I've glanced over to see what's going on in the political environment and atmosphere, but I've always felt like there's adults in the room. There's people that are responsible, and they're doing the things that they're doing. You know, the government moves very slowly, so you know it's a process of like, we're gonna propose this thing, and then people are gonna fight it, and we're gonna go back and forth, and maybe we'll get a couple things passed. So it's like an inch forward, and then you know, but it's always felt like there's been an adult or adults in the room
Mhm.
running it. So I was like, yeah, I can keep playing music and doing my thing, and it's very much not felt like that now.
Yeah.
It When Trump got elected in November of 24, I had started transitioning in September, and when he won, I knew, and everybody I knew in the community knew that it was going to go really badly for trans people. I don't think any of us had any idea that it was going to go this badly for trans people. I mean, there's been over 1,000 anti-trans bills introduced across the United States since January 20th of 2025. So every day has literally felt like a punch in the face. That's like,
Wow.
what am I gonna wake up to today? There's gonna be something, and I would say probably from January 20th until sometime around June, I managed to get about 3 hours of sleep a night, because it's like, when your house is on fire, you're not gonna go and take a nap. You know what I mean? So, um, I uh, I started to watch what's going on with Congress, and I started to watch what's going on with you know, the people that are sitting in office, and it's like, you guys aren't doing anything. Like I have zero faith that the majority of the people holding seats right now will hold the line for us. And I'm talking like everybody. I'm not talking just trans people. I'm talking like everybody. Um, I have zero faith in their ability to hold the line for us, let alone push things back in the direction that things need to be going, so that people have successful, happy lives. So I was like, well, I have no problem getting in front of people and telling them like it is. So I'm like, I need to do this, because I don't see anybody else like standing out there ready to, you know, punch the administration in the nose. But here I am.
I mean, I think that's a very real feeling. I mean, especially even just in the last couple of weeks, I know people have woken up every day and felt like they're getting beaten down, and so it's important to have somebody that's willing to actually do shit, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. I've gotten so many messages, or like even like the last week, 2 weeks, ever since, you know, Renee Good got murdered. I've gotten these messages from people that are like, I can't believe that it's like every day. I'm like, been like this for me for the last year. I'm glad you're finally
Mhm.
here though.
Yeah,
Right.
the canvassing team that I was on for Kamala Harris, they had the night before the election, the like motto that everybody was using. It's like our little pre-team meeting before we went out on the streets,
Sure.
was keep Emma out of the camps. So I've been feeling it a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
But that was
it's
why I pounded the floor as much as I could. So.
oh hell yeah. And I mean, like, so like, yeah, there's all my campaign stuff, right? But then like, that we've had anti-trans bills coming up in the state legislature, and so I'll get home from doing campaign things, going to meetings with Democrats, and meeting constituents and things, and I'll sit here at midnight. This literally happened a couple times. I'll sit here at midnight, finally, like, oh, I can have lunch now. It's midnight, and then I turn my computer on to read my email, and oh, they're having a hearing at 9 o'clock in the morning in Madison for 3 anti-trans. I guess I'm not sleeping tonight, and I'm going to Madison to go speak, you know, for,
Yeah,
in these hearings, give testimony, um, because it's the personal experiences of people that track the hardest. You know, that's what catches people's hearts. It's
absolutely.
like, you need to have personal experience, and it's like the last one I went to was very encouraging. It was the state senate, and there was about 80 people in that room, which was like, look at this. And
Hell yeah.
out of that 80, I would say there's like 5 that were anti-trans. So that felt really good for the heart. But when I looked around, out of that 80 people, there's 3 trans people there, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I don't go to these things, like
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
not represented at all.
Right.
Yeah. Agreed.
Uh,
A,
so
li- a little bit of a sidetrack, but speaking about Donald Trump, I don't know how many episodes you have or haven't watched, but I'm entirely convinced that the reason Donald Trump won is because a lot of working class people felt like the Democratic Party doesn't care about them.
oh
So,
yeah, I agree.
so what are you gonna do to make working class people's lives better in Wisconsin?
Okay, so I have big ambitions, and like
Hey, idealism is good.
I was always taught that you can't reach big goals without setting big goals. So I'm setting them.
True.
And if we miss by a little bit, hey, at least we've got like this is the direction we're going. So
Right.
when I decided that I was going to run for uh, United States Congress, I went online and I looked at popular known candidates' websites because
Mhm.
I was like, I want to look at Bernie Sanders' websites. I want to look at, you know, like Sarah McBride's website and things. And something that I saw pretty much across the board was no one putting their platform, the things that they're running for, on their website.
Mhm.
And it just goes in step with how Democrats have done things over the last like decades. They're vague about the things that they stand on, so that when someone calls them on it, they go, "Oh, I never said that.
Right.
I didn't mean it that way." Well, and it's like, you know, if I don't stick my flag in the ground, like stick it in the ground, there it is, my fucking flag, and I'm gonna stand there and defend it with my last breath.
Mhm.
If I don't do that as a leader, how do I expect anybody else to get behind me?
Yep.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm
You're
not. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I was gonna say you're our first trans person besides me on the show, so that's nice. Because I like to make a lot of references about certain things, and it's a lot easier if there's another trans person to get it.
Oh,
Like one
for
joke that I
sure.
make with Dalton all the time is that Sarah McBride is absolutely a trans member of Congress instead of like a good one or a bad one because she's just there. And that was one thing that I like. At first, I was really excited about because I was like, oh, hey, we finally have a trans member of Congress. Like this is gonna be really cool. She can actually stick up for us. And then she kept like not picking any of the fights. And her argument was always, oh, well, you know, you have to pick your battles. And it's like, yeah, but that requires picking one of them. Like, you can't just never pick a battle. You have to pick one.
Yeah, yeah.
And she just kept never picking battles. And so I was like, okay, this is horse shit. We need to get another one in there because she's basically
It's-
just, she's not a trans member of Congress. She's just a member of Congress.
yeah,
who
yeah,
happens
yeah.
to
That
be trans,
Uh,
which is good.
see, I knew you and I would agree on this so hard. Like it's okay. So I'm going to give you a little insight into what it's like to be a politician because like I've sent out endorsement forms trying to, you know, I want to get endorsed by LGBTQ groups and things like that. I'm not going after PACs. I don't want any PAC money. I don't want any big
Love that.
like I don't want
Hell
any
yeah.
big business money. Just like Francesca, like
Yes.
I'm here for the people.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's things, of course, that are going to affect me in a positive way that I'm trying to do, but I'm not here for me. This is way, way bigger than me. I'm here for everybody. So, but I applied to be endorsed by Advocate for Trans Equality, which fantastic group, so good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To be considered for endorsement, you have to spend at least an hour with one of their political coaches, just so that, like, I mean, most of the people
Makes
that apply for those aren't trans, so
Mhm.
Right.
they want to make sure that you know the things and that you're going to stand up for the dolls, and you know.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I got on this Zoom with Josie Caballero. Love her so much. Oh my God, she's another trans woman. Um, Tough as nails. She was a Navy SEAL at one point. Like, come
Oh
on,
shit.
Hell yeah.
you know. And so she asked me. She's like, "Okay, I've read your application and I've read all the things that you said, and you're really late into it." I said, "Yeah, I did. I took like 3 days to write it." So I was like, "Yeah, like go." It's all in there. Every bit of fire, you know. And she's like, I have to ask you anyways, though, because it's just our protocol. Why federal? Because like you're new to politics, and someone who's new to politics, like I always like would encourage them to start at like a local level. And I said, well, okay. I said, I want to be the one to save the dolls.
Yeah.
I'm here to fucking save the dolls.
Say that again for the people in the back. That
I am here to save the fucking dolls.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And everybody else, because like the more I like this got me to show up, right? Now that I'm here, I've started to look around and I'm just like, how the fuck is everything so broken?
Yeah.
Like, what have y'all been doing my whole fucking life? Obviously nothing. So
Yeah.
like, let me at it. Let me the fuck in there, and they're all gonna hate my ass because I'm gonna be like,
Mhm.
like white on rice. It's gonna fucking like yeah.
I always say
Like Trump on Bubba.
like buckle up, everybody. Here she comes.
I always say judge me by my enemies,
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah, well, and the reason I thought of this was because what you said was Sarah McBride, and I said, I can't make widespread positive changing effects that would affect millions of people in a positive way at a local level. So that's
Right.
why federal. And she's like, okay, that makes sense. And I said, and God bless her, because it's hard enough being the first one, and it's hard enough being the only one.
Mhm.
But God damn it, Sarah McBride does not hold the fucking line for us, and it pisses me off to no fucking end.
Preach.
And
Yeah.
then,
Jesus.
and then Josie looks at me, she goes, she's a friend of mine. Like, yeah.
Oh no. Oops.
And then she looks at me, she goes, and she pisses me off to no fucking end.
Oh,
She goes,
thank God.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, Josie.
and she said, we have this fucking talk all the time. And I'm really critical of her that, like, you see what they're doing. You see the anti-trans laws they're doing. You see how far they're trying to push the line. You see how this goes, and you're not saying anything. And she says, I have to keep my head down because they let me in here, and I have to show them that trans people can be just like anybody else. And I
Right.
was like, okay, I get that, But I said, well, then maybe I'm the yin to her yang.
Yes.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
I said, if she wants to be tactful and talk the Democratic corporate speak and wear the pastel pantsuit and have the Democrat haircut and be in line and respectable, more power to her. And that's awesome. And then you'll have me over here in all black going, fuck you, come on, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
And one thing that I always thought was
Yeah.
funny too was like about the appearance thing is that I remember on one of your posts on, I think it was the llama or something, somebody had reacted and made a hide your Dalmatians joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't you think that she's already thought of that, considering that it's obvious with the name choice and the hair choice that's what you're going for? Like, I think it's cool as fuck.
Well,
And
and actually, what's funny is my name never actually even came from Cruella.
Oh.
I can tell you where that came from. I'll try to do it quickly because I could talk for hours on this shit too. But
Yeah.
so back in like 2015, someone told me about Second Life.
Mhm.
And they said, it's a virtual world platform where you get to be an avatar and you can pick whoever you want to be. I was like, really? Like, and obviously I was presenting male back then.
Right.
I thought, like, really? Like I could go sign up as a girl and see what that's like,
Mhm.
without having like my family, like, judgment, not like all the judgment and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went and signed up for it, and instantly I made like all sorts of friends. And what I found is that people take you at face value.
Yeah.
So I was a woman avatar, and like, so, but when you join up, you have to pick a name, right? I've owned a 59 Cadillac since I was 17 years old.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
And it was 1993 when I bought it. It's sitting right over there. I could take you for a walk if you want to see it. But it's a Coupe DeVille, and my last name
Uh-huh.
used to be Cooper. So forever, everyone called me Coupe DeVille.
love it.
Okay.
That's so
That's where my last name came from. Is yeah.
Hell yeah, I
Hell
love
yeah.
that.
James, you had a question?
Yeah. Am I muted? Okay,
Nope,
I'm
you're
not
good.
muted. I'm kind of sick, so I've been coughing and muting and unmuting myself all day.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's what it is. Well, Caitlyn Jenner is a trans person, and I don't know why any
God.
trans people would vote MAGA, but this is 2026. We also have brown Nazis for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
But
Brown gay Nazis in Enrico Tarrio's case.
yes, but you are a pro Second Amendment leftist.
I am.
I'm also a leftist gun owner. I'm pro some common sense gun regulations. Basically just enforce the regulations that we already have properly. You don't even need to change anything. But I just wanted to ask, are you a pro NRA leftist or not? Why, and also why?
I am a pro NRA leftist, and I actually am a member. I have a card from the NRA, and I will tell you exactly why. And I have a pin that I hesitated to put on my sweatshirt. I have a sweatshirt that's sitting right behind me that pretty much wherever I go, if I have a sweatshirt on, I have these 4 pins, which you'll never ever see anybody wear together.
Ah, our president of the board has the cat one with the knife as a sticker on the back of his car, and I love it.
It's
What
so
is
good.
what does the cat with the knife mean?
It says she, her on it. It's my pronoun.
Okay.
So there's the
Joe just
NRA
did it because
pin.
he's cute. But yeah.
Right. All right. So because I'm public facing, and because of all the hate that's been normalized by this administration to society, telling society it's okay to bully us incessantly, because I've been a musician and in the public eye, I've received threats every day, death threats, threats of violence in my inboxes, my emails, texts, whatever, And I'm a strong person, so whatever, it just rolls off the arm, right? But even a strong person, after months of it, every day, you start to erode.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Grand Canyon, a trickle of water made that,
Right.
So, it was middle of June, beginning of June, I started to really feel like helpless. And I have a friend of mine, he's now the head of my security team, but he's owned a ballistics company for years. He has some LGBTQ members in his family. He's a musician. He's a minority himself. Yeah, so I've known him for 30 years, and I'm like, I know he's safe. And I reached out to him, and I was like, what do I have to do to get my concealed carry? Because I've had a car sit in my parking lot at midnight, idling, and not know who they are, and had to call the cops, But and the cops came. It's awesome, but it took them 15 minutes to get here because I'm not right next door to the police station.
Right.
And
Yeah.
That person turned out to be a dumpster diver, but what if they'd been a psycho?
Right.
So he was like, "Come on, I got you." I came up to Green Bay, and he taught me the concealed carry class, and he owns a ballistics company, so he sold me a firearm, and I immediately felt better because now I had something that if I hate violence, but if violence shows up at my door,
Right.
I have something to kind of try to scare it away with,
Right.
And it was about a month after I got my concealed carry that Charlie Kirk got shot and killed.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I don't agree with pretty much all of what Charlie Kirk stood for, but
Yeah.
even that, it doesn't matter. Nobody deserves to get killed for things that they say.
Right.
Period. So this isn't a bash Charlie Kirk moment for me. This isn't I'll just be respectful.
We
and
had that
tactful.
episode already.
You know. So, but it was a Wednesday, and I remember that because I have therapy with my gender therapist every Wednesday. We talk, and either I sit in her office or I do a virtual call. And this was a virtual call. And the minute I hung up my phone from the virtual call, it rang again, and it was a friend of mine, and they said, "You better sit down." And I was like, "Yeah, what?" Sit down. So I sat down, and they said, "Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed." And I went, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They're
Yeah.
gonna get out school buses, and they're gonna load them up with ICE people, and they're gonna run them out, and they're gonna round up people like me, and I'm gonna end up disappeared to God knows where, and you're never gonna hear from me again because the
Yeah.
way this whole timeline has gone, every time there's an instance of gun violence, this administration has blamed it on trans people.
Yeah,
Right.
I honestly had the same thought, especially when they were like, he had a trans roommate, and I was like, there it is, they're doing it.
Yep, they totally did it. And when that didn't pan out, they like kept going. Like
Yeah.
the pizza delivery person that came to the door last night was like, come on,
And they radicalized him.
right?
In one semester
Well,
Yeah.
so-
at a
so-
Mormon university.
As it
so,
goes.
Like later that, like a couple hours after that, Trump came on the news and said, I'm going to direct Pam Bondi to have gun rights removed for trans people. And all of us went,
Yeah.
And then the next morning, the NRA showed up in a statement and said, no, you're not. And again, we went, like, what?
Mm.
Like, what? The NRA, the NR fucking A is going to show up and defend trans people. Like,
Yeah.
wow. And they said, we're not going to sit here and let any government threaten the gun rights of any American citizen, period.
Yeah.
I not gonna lie, I strongly dislike the NRA for many reasons that we're not gonna go into now, but I get it. Like a
Yeah.
broken calendar's right once a year, and now we need all the friends we can get.
Well, yeah. And I went like in that moment, I saw an opening with them.
Hmm.
I saw an opening like at that exact point, they saw me the same as everybody else that's under their tent. So
Mm.
what that told me is there's a door there. There is a door there that I can walk through and try to bring sides together that have forever been fighting with one another. And like I have multiple goals with this, but one of them is to address all of the mass shootings in this country. And like if we're going to stop the mass shootings in this country, we have to talk respectfully with gun advocates.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of tying into this whole convo, obviously, with what happened over the weekend with Alex Preddy and him getting murdered by ICE in Minneapolis, there was a lot of talk about guns and how he had a gun, and so that somehow makes it okay for ICE to extrajudicially kill him. What were some of your thoughts on that? And people were like, "Oh, you had a gun at a protest," like that type of thing, and.
They say a gun at a protest should never happen, while also saying Rittenhouse is innocent.
Right.
Well, and also there's also no, sorry, not to jump in, but there's also the like weird how do I put this? It's a very stupid argument to make if you're a Second Amendment person, because then you're basically, I actually said this to them earlier, like if you walk by their argument, if you walk up to the cops with a cake ready to lick their boots as much as possible and you say thank you for your service, great leaders, blah blah blah, but you have a legally concealed gun on you, they could just shoot you because you're approaching them with a gun. And
Right.
they don't think about it from that perspective, because they're like, well, he was at a protest, so high tense situation, blah, blah, blah. But that's what the argument is allowing.
Well, what concealed carry is for is like you have a license to
Mhm.
take it wherever you want to, unless there's like you're not supposed to take it into like judicial chambers and things like that. There's certain laws that
Right.
within the CCW that say where you can't take, where you aren't legally allowed to take a handgun, but like everywhere else, it's pretty much you can take a handgun with you for your personal protection.
Right.
I do most of the time.
Yeah.
I have a handgun in my purse because
Yeah.
it's personal protection. And
Right.
but like when they started to come out saying that he was brandishing it, like you could see with your own eyes, he never drew that gun.
They took the gun away. Like you can see, yeah.
And like same thing like what Emma said. You can't say that a non-violent CCW licensed gun owner who was carrying is a terrorist without throwing the Second Amendment in the fire.
Yeah. Right. And I think that's what a lot of what we're seeing. I mean, kind of like what you said about the NRA, what got you to join the NRA. I mean, they said the same thing to Trump recently with what happened with Alex Preddy.
Yeah. I've
Uh,
seen some of those statements.
Yeah, it would take a hell of a lot to convince me to like the NRA, but at least they're not hypocrites, and that stands for something lately.
Yeah.
Well, and I know all the history, you know, all of the bigoted and racist stuff that they were pushing in the 60s. And like, so I didn't just do this willy-nilly, even from like an emotional standpoint. I know I'm you know, I'm 50 years old. I know the
Yeah.
I know the way the NRA has acted over the last
Right.
50 years. So
I thought Black Panthers in California and Reagan signing some of them. Yeah, do you think
Yeah,
Ronald Reagan?
Reagan.
Yeah, fuck
I
yeah.
got it in early this time because the last few episodes have gotten it in at the end.
but there was a video. So like I went to do some research on this, like I always do with anything. I make a statement about anything that I sign up for. I always make sure that I can like corroborate it. I want to make sure that I can verify it with facts. And if
As
I
you
can't,
should.
yeah, and as all leaders should, and
Yeah.
they unfortunately don't right now, which is a major bummer. But I went on YouTube and there was a video from the NRA about racism in the NRA, and they had the black police chief from Milwaukee talking on there. They had a few other black people talking on there that were in the NRA and are gun advocate people, and they talked about all the laws of like what you all just talked about with the Black Panthers and Ronald Reagan and all that shit. They spoke about all that, and they said, you know, like they put a spotlight on it, which to me was like, like the NRA is the group that everyone always wants to demonize and say, you know, that they're absolutely upside down, but they're the ones calling the spotlight on themselves. Like that's pretty cool. And like I've read some of the statements from the new CEO, and I've been watching them closely, and
Mhm.
it seems that they've wanted to become more inclusive. It seems that they've understood that we're citizens too.
Yeah.
That's something.
Um,
Thank you for looking and doing your own research. That is rarer than it used to be just a couple years ago. Like right now, the most ignorant person you know is getting told, "Wow, what a great idea" by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. And
Um,
I absolutely refuse to use any AI to write anything. It's all from my heart. So
Yes. Love
But-
Hallelujah.
Kind of a hard question.
Such a
that I'm just
low,
gonna
like
throw at
bar
you.
is in hell type of situation, but everybody that clears it, I'm all for.
Kind of a hard question. I'm just gonna throw at you though. You rub a magic lamp. The genie guarantees three policies, whatever the hell you want. What do you do?
That is a good question.
that is a good
Mhm.
question.
I like putting people on the spot a little bit.
He
I
does.
like, well, it's the problem is I have like 50.
Yes.
So it's like, which ones, yeah. So I would say, definitely guaranteed free healthcare for
Yes.
everyone, because that's a big one. It's like that's basic fundamental life existence.
Mhm.
I would say human rights equality that cannot be stripped away.
Yeah.
It's like we're not out here trying to, it's not pie. We're not trying to take rights away from people.
Yeah.
We just want the same treatment. We want to not be like, you know, like
Second class citizens.
yeah, it's like, look at Iowa. God damn it. Like in July, when they took away the protections for trans people, like when someone wages hate against us,
Yeah.
it can't be classified as a hate crime. Like we have there's no legal
Mhm.
recourse. That like any other American citizen, that wouldn't be any problem for. Why is it a problem for me?
Right.
Why is it a problem for Emma? Like
Right.
so yeah, healthcare, human rights, and I mean, I guess third one.
Oh, got a Rick Perry situation. I'm just kidding. I like to reference that because not a lot of people remember it, but I
Yeah.
always thought it was hilarious because I used to watch those debates.
That's not the guy that yelled. That was Rick something else, right?
Rick
Girl.
Santorum?
Not Rick Santorum. There was a presidential candidate who I think it was like 2008 was leading Bush, and then just did this like awkward yell at their rally.
Yeah. I remember now. But no, Rick Perry was the governor of Texas. Sorry, I keep distracting from the third one.
I would want everyone to be able to, like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's like that's basically that's 100% it right there. There's my
Yeah.
answer. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, because life is your healthcare, liberty is your guaranteed human rights, and the pursuit of happiness means you are not stressed to the point where you have to work 3 jobs just to
Yes.
fucking put food on your table. Like, I tried to express this to somebody last week. I said, so many people see freedom as being able to stand out at the pulpit and talk about all the wrongs of oppressive authoritarianism, but it goes way, way deeper than that. Like, freedom is also being able to work 1 job, provide for your family, and come home with enough time to relax and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now, we don't have that. Right now, we have people working 3 jobs. That all they do is work and sleep. That's not life, and that's not
Because they have
freedom.
that grind set mentality.
Yeah.
Sigma
Wow.
grind set. I don't know. I'm using words I don't understand.
Well, you're right. We've been taught that if you work hard, you'll get where you want to go, and they keep making it harder.
Yeah. We
It's-
talked about that at one point with a friend of the show, a fellow organizer, how there's like this really interesting contradiction with like the traditional Christian values types. And they don't support policies that will let them live that life. And so
Yeah.
it's like kind of
Right.
Your leftists and your Christian nationalists both want single income to be enough to support a family. Like, there's more common ground. Like, you might hate these people for everything that they believe in, but there's more common ground than you think.
Oh, there's a ton
Yeah,
of common
absolutely.
ground, and this is why I did my crazy campaign event on Saturday. Everybody's like, they're like, that's brilliant, but you're also nuts. I'm like, yeah, I know, that's fine.
Yeah, same.
I had a town hall at Genesis Impact Sports, which is a shooting range in Appleton.
sweet.
And I purposely invited conservatives to come and talk, because there is a lot of common ground, and if we can throw the cultural war talking points out the window,
Yeah.
like my whole point of having that at a gun range was 2 things. Like, respect still survives at gun ranges,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't respect the person next to you, somebody can get hurt.
Right.
And 2, like, the narrative that the right has been told forever is left wants to take their guns away. And if I'm standing here shooting a gun with you, I don't want to take your guns away. And, if
And
you
a
had
better shot probably too.
and if you had enough respect and curiosity to show up to talk to me, obviously this doesn't matter that much to you either. So we should
Right.
talk about stuff that matters, like how much your groceries cost, and why is gasoline so expensive, and
Yeah.
why are you supporting someone who's like actively hurting citizens.
And most of these conservatives you talk to, they were a lot friendlier to your face than conservatives on the internet, right? 'Cause I've got a pet theory, and that is that most of them aren't actually even transphobic. Instead, they're phobic against what Fox News has told them a trans person is. And what Fox News says a trans person is a pretty awful person.
I mean, Fox News is pretty awful in general,
Yeah.
but even saying news after it feels like greasy.
Yeah,
Right.
they won a lawsuit. Somebody sued them for being disinformation. Their defense was that no reasonable person would take us to be news.
It says
No,
right
I'm not lying.
No
That
facts.
100%
Or all
happened.
it says right on their sites, when you like look at them on like the internet or whatever, it says like entertainment, Fox Entertainment News. Yeah, it's like right there. So yeah, you're right. I remember that lawsuit.
Yeah.
It was big money, and so now they bill themselves as entertainment, but under the guise of news, and it's very deceptive.
For sure.
Yeah.
how tell us a little bit how the campaign's been going. Like how, how's going door to door, the town hall thing. Because I mean,
General
it's
reception from people.
yeah, because I mean, running against Tony Weed, obviously, he's a deeply unpopular candidate in a lot of regards. Doesn't show up for town halls and that type of thing. But you're also, running against two other Democrats. So yeah, kind of talk to us a little bit how that's been playing out and how that's been going.
For sure. When I embarked on this, I started by emailing all of the Democratic Party chairs, and the crazy thing that I noticed right away was when I got emails back, they were like, "Oh my God, you want to be our rep, and you're actually talking to us." I was like, "This is," I was like, "This is surreal." Like,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm starting to do the things that he's not doing already.
Right.
Like these town halls, I'm showing up and I'm having them at neutral spaces. Like the traditional town halls, I'm having at neutral spaces where anybody that wants to come, I don't care if you're independent, Republican, Democrat, come talk to me. I want to hear the things that you're bothered by. I want to hear the things that affect your life, positive and negatively, and I want to hear how we can do this better. And like I'm setting a precedent of being transparent and of being accessible so that people get it in their heart and in their mind that like if they have a problem, reach out to me and I will get back to you. Like and like when elected, when I come home to Wisconsin, I'm going to go to the party meetings. I want to sit in the back and listen and hear the things that people are talking about and they're concerned about because like it's a crazy concept, and I think most Republicans have lost it, and a lot of Democrats have too. But if you want to be connected with your constituents, you have to do stuff with your constituents.
Exactly.
You know?
It's not complicated.
No, it's not, and it's opened a lot of conservatives up to me where they're asking me questions and like. I'm respectful. I like if I'm shown respect, I'll give it right back. No problem.
Right.
And I genuinely want to hear because by not being criticized, you lose touch. And
For sure.
like I told folks, like, especially if you are critical of things I'm doing, I want to hear it. It's not an ego thing at all. It's the campaign, this running for office isn't about me. It's about everybody and making sure that everybody has the best goddamn representative they ever thought they could have.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
As
you're already
opposed to
being more
the-
accountable than Tony Weed. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
I can
and
endorse Tony Weird.
well, and I've started to actually work on legislation, and I'm not in the seat yet. So
Hell yeah.
I've got every candidate has their own axe to grind, right?
Yeah.
And most would probably think that it's LGBTQ and trans things for me, and that's actually not it. Those are a given. Those I have to go
Yeah.
after anyways. But I have my own couple axes to grind, and one of them is I'm actually studying the ruling where the Supreme Court removed accountability for Donald Trump because, like, that's the same Supreme Court that's there right now.
Mhm.
We're not going to get them to flip that ruling over,
Mhm.
right? So what is the recourse from that? We write new legislation to put accountability back where it belongs.
Hell yeah.
So I'm working on that, and I'm also actively like my hobby reading now is the Public Law 119-21, which is the One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
Mm.
That has become my hobby reading, and I'm going through it page by page because that whole thing is so far off base.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We might as well just throw it away and start all over again. So like it's actively starting to write new budget. And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, it's shit that needs to be done, and they're not doing it. So I'll sit
Yeah.
here and do it. There you go. You know.
And so one thing I want to recommend, because FDR is one of my policy heroes in terms of like how to get things done, especially when it comes to fighting the Supreme Court, because he did that better than literally anybody. one really good book that I read that really helped like deepen that strategic focus on the court was Scorpions. I don't know if
Oh,
you've heard of it before, but it's a really good one. I
I
can't
haven't
off the top of my
read
head
it.
remember the name of the author, but it's about the Supreme Court justices, and it's so if you look up Scorpions, it should just pop, or Scorpions Supreme Court, it should just pop right up. But it
Awesome. Thank
basically
you.
goes into it goes into each one of FDR's Supreme Court justices, and kind of tells their stories and how wildly different they all were, because like one of them was a member of KKK, one of them was not, was like super anti-racist, and so it was just this like, and then one of them was Jewish, so it was like this whole the whole spectrum of people.
Wow.
But all of them kind of had the same rulings in terms of like allowing the New Deal and all that, and it's really really informative on that front. And it's one of the reasons why I always say that, like, whenever the immunity ruling came out, I was like begging Joe Biden to just be like, look, just don't do the I'm the adult, so I'm not going to misuse this new power. No, fuck that shit. Use it and abuse it, because a Democrat or any other non right wing president misusing that ruling is what it's going to take, especially in like a massive way, is what it's going to take to get it overturned.
Yeah.
And so like one of the things that I said was like, he could easily just say, well, I'm ordering the arrest of all 6 members of the conservative members of the Supreme Court that voted for this on dereliction of duty and violating their oath to the Constitution, which is an official act that I'm taking as president, so it's covered.
For real.
And then appoint their replacements. Like, you want to talk about court packing, there you fucking go. Like, now it's a
Wow.
9-9 liberal Supreme Court. Like, enjoy.
I love that. Yeah, let's do that.
So and that's the kind of stuff that I got from like reading up on FDR and his fights with the court. And so like that kind of, and that leads me to, we're gonna trash a little on Tony Weird here. Like I really love the juxtaposition of how like you're very much like lead, like get out there, you're already working on legislation before you're even in office, all this stuff, and then contrast that with Tony Weed, who's like literally the most like wormy, slimy, pathetic snake in existence, where if Donald Trump and the billionaires, his billionaire buddies, don't want him to do something, he's not going to fucking do it. Like with the Epstein stuff, he could have easily been like, you know what, I'm going to not be outflanked by the absolute nut jobs of Lauren, I almost merged their names, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert.
Yeah.
I'm going to lead on this issue and be the last signature they needed on that discharge petition to get the Epstein files released. Instead, he did jack shit, waited until it was already done and voted on by everybody else. And then he was like, yeah, no, I obviously we should know what's in there, but like, how much good is it going to do at this point? And it just, oh God, I fucking hate that guy.
I do.
Yes.
And I've felt like I'm just getting like my feet off the ground for like the last couple of weeks, so I haven't like really gone like very critical of him. But I'm going to start being critical, because it's like the people deserve way better.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid right now to do nothing.
By our money.
Yeah. To do nothing. And it's like, so I would hope that people can see my intentions through my actions, because I'm actively trying to do things already before I even get there. So like on day one, when I get in that seat, I go, here you go, thunk.
Yeah.
There's the
Let's
stuff
get
you
going.
need. Like it's my mother always told me that if you want a job, you got to dress for that job.
Hell yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. So,
Hell yeah.
It's
I've
I
never
dress for my job as podcaster by not wearing pants. Just kidding, I'm wearing pants.
she
I don't have
drove.
pants on either, but it's a skirt. So
Yeah.
She drove to Octopete's house like that.
Yeah. Octopete first mentioned on the pod.
Yes. James, you have a question? We have to start wrapping up here soon. So
Yeah, it's certainly saying something that lately Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the most reasonable Republican members of Congress. Nobody has courage like a Republican who's no longer running for office. And the only thing safe in America right now is the Epstein files.
yes.
Yeah.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. So since we do unfortunately have to start wrapping up, but Katrina, we would absolutely love to have you on again.
I would love that.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yes, you are fun as well, and love whenever you do an event up here. We will always be down to to come and help out in any way that we can.
Well, and what I'm trying to do, like, so I have the typical town hall, which I call town hall A, and then I do the gun range town halls, which is town hall B. And my plan is to do it at least once, both of those in every county. I'd like to do it twice before the election cycle, where we, come to visit each county and invite people in. But it's, like, if I'm close by, come, please.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll do. And then kind of in closing, we always like to ask our guests if they have any like calls to action or anything like that. We'll be sure to include, any links to any websites or socials that you have in the description. But do you have any kind of calls to action for anybody watching or listening?
Yeah, I mean, we've got I've got 2 events coming up this week. I'm actually hosting both of them. Friday, I have a meet and greet at Town Hall at the Hortonville Public Library. And that I have there's if people go to my website at deVilleforcongress.com, there's a news page on there that will tell you of the events that are happening. I have my calendar linked on there too, and yes, that's my actual calendar. It tells you everywhere I'm going to be. So if like people want to be like, I want to follow around like a groupie, they can if they want to. If they want to, like be incessant and ask me all the questions you ever think of. Yeah, come on, let's do it. So
if you start seeing me a lot more, you know what happened.
Friday, I think if I remember correctly, that's 2 to 4 at the Hortonville Public Library. And then Sunday, from 10 until 2, February 1st, having an event here at my car shop because, aside from being a musician, I also have been a mechanic and a welder and all that sort of thing too. But I'm having a concealed carry class here.
Hell yeah.
And we have a sign up. We're limiting it to 30 people. I think right now we have close to 10 people that signed up for it, but half the proceeds go toward my campaign, and I'll be here with coffee and donuts and to help. But my head of security is teaching a class. He's a very good teacher, and he's very patient and very easy to understand. And he tries to make sure that everybody knows exactly what the responsibilities are, what the weights of it are, and like, it's presented in a safe and acceptable, understandable way. It's a good class, a really good class.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I'll have to check that out. Maybe some of us will make some appearance because that's something that I'm definitely interested in. But again, very, very awesome to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be watching your campaign. I assume we'll probably have you on at least one more time before the election starts. And,
I'm gonna look forward to that. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Hell
We're gonna start wrapping it up here. I like to always say, get active, get wise, and get organized. Emma already said her fuck Ronald Reagan. She says it every episode. So,
but I still have stay trashy goblins.
Yes, true.
Oh, also free Palestine, free Luigi, fuck ice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cold outside. Remember to de-ice your sidewalks in your local neighborhood.
Yes.
And I always say, my name's Katrina deVille. I'm running for the United States House of Representatives in Wisconsin's 8th Congressional District, and I fight for you.
Hell yeah.